here on Brook Plaza, ready to do my first interview.
Okay. Is there such thing as an absolute truth?
I would say that there is an absolute truth. There are many ways you can look at it. A couple of different ones. One of the main ones I would say is Aristotle. He would say that there are universal truths and universal premises that go along. Like for the instance, you can't deny that some things are right. It would be obscene to deny some things are right. Oftentimes he relates to like adultery. He says that you can't commit adultery and believe that that's something that's correct. Like we know that that's bad, so you can't go behind and say that you do believe it's correct because it doesn't work, it doesn't fit, it's illogical, it's just irrational. And then there's also some ways, like if you think of like being a human being, you can't say that as a human being your purpose in life is to be like somewhat like a chicken or an animal. It's just, once again, illogical and irrational, just to prove the point further. So in some instances there is an absolute truth. However, you have to adjust on some of them, but there are absolute ones that we have to follow.
Okay, then what is the definition of truth?
I would say that truth is something that rings viable to all situations. That it's like I would actually say that it's something that reduces to the epitome of life. And so like the ways in which we live, it reflects reality. And it reflects the ways in which we function as social rational beings, as human beings. So that would be a truth.
All right. So what does it mean to have an absolute truth versus just a truth?
So an absolute truth is something obviously that we can't deny. Like a building's a building. A book is a book. Words are simply words. But a truth in general is something that could be changeable and variable in different situations. So, for instance, this could be related back to Aristotle's like golden mean of knowing when to act and when to not act in vice or in excess or deficiency. So some things could be true in some situations and some could be true or not true in the same other situations. So therefore, like you can have the same instance, like if I stole something, right? But I'm wealthy, and I just stole out of the fun of stealing. That would be wrong. So that would be some like kind of truth that's wrong. So the truth would be inaccurate. Then it's like it's not okay to steal in that point. But then it would be okay to steal if I was starving and like for the better of the community, I stole because I would better the community still living instead of dying away because of hunger. So there's a difference.
Okay. So are my truth and your truth the same truth?
Essentially, we can look at this. The universal truths, the absolute truths that we go to, those truths have to be the same. In the sense that together we can't deny it because it's a universal. It's self-descriptive. So it's a universal premise. We can't deny that. However, our general truths can be different depending, once again, on the context, situation, and the background in which we live. So, in that sense, no, we differ on that. It's kind of like seeing colors. We all don't see the same color. We just see shades that are similar. So we all have differences to what we see, though.
Does one really know what truth is then?
I would go back to saying that, once again, there are some things you can't deny. Just like Aristotle would say, unfortunately, we can't say that everything is true because we don't know that much, but we can still use logic and reason to search and believe that those common things aren't true.
All right, sweet. Thank you.
No problem.
And we're out.